Harbor home. She says, quote, "That is not the immigration enforcement promised to the American people. It is just plain cruel. I want this family returned to New York State and believe ICE needs to immediately answer for these actions." The principal at Sackett's Harbor Central School marched in Saturday's rally. She said she was there just representing herself, not representing the school, not representing any union. She said, quote, "We graduate only about 40 students per year at our school. So we know every face, we know every personality, and we are missing them. And I think what Sackett's Harbor shows," she says, "is that when you rely on your community and you remember that your neighbors love you and your classmates love you and the teachers are going to be there for you, they're always going to stand up and say, I will show up for you. I will rally for you." I think that's how we get through this. She said that again at that march. Again, that was 1,000 people out of a town of 1,300 people. That was on Saturday. And now today, Monday, the school district made this announcement, quote, "We are relieved and grateful to share that after 11 days of uncertainty, our students and their mother are returning home. We remain committed to providing the care, understanding, and sensitivity necessary for all students and staff as we begin the healing process from this traumatic experience. In the midst of this difficult time, the strength, compassion, and resilience of our community have shown through. We are very thankful to everyone who has reached out with kindness and offered support." Wow. Formerly, we all lived in places like this, right? Where people were willing to come out and show up and make themselves heard for us when we needed help. Oh, wait, we do. We do. All over the country, it turns out, we do live in just those places. These are some of the more than 1,400 protests that took place this weekend, protesting the actions of the Trump administration. I mean, this is me showing you 20 of them all at once. I could show you 20 at once for this entire hour, and we still wouldn't get through all of them. If you follow me on Blue Sky, I posted footage from hundreds of different protests that all took place this weekend on Saturday. But just looking at this 20, let me tell you what you're looking at here. Starting at the top, going left to right, and then top to bottom. Upper left-hand corner, that's Atlanta, Georgia. Police estimated at least 20,000 people turned out in Atlanta, Georgia. Los Angeles, where the LA Times said the number was easily in the tens of thousands. The crowd may have reached 100,000 in Los Angeles alone. Another huge one in Seattle. Minimum estimates there, maybe 14,000 people. But just keep going. Huntsville, Alabama, Portland, Oregon, Davenport, Iowa, Charlotte, North Carolina, Green Bay, Wisconsin, Lansing, Michigan, Palm Beach, Florida, Phoenix, Arizona had a huge one. Providence, Rhode Island, Salt Lake City, Utah was huge. Austin, Texas, Buffalo, New York, Columbia, South Carolina, Indianapolis, Indiana was massive. Sacramento, California, another huge one. Detroit, Michigan, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. I mean, that's 20 of, again, more than 1,400. Here's 20 more. Again, left to right, top to bottom. Upper left-hand corner, that's Baltimore, Maryland. Then go left to right, across the top, and then we'll go down. Baltimore, Maryland is the upper left, then Pittsburgh, PA, Tampa Bay, Florida, Helena, Montana, Rapid City, South Dakota. Washington, D.C., the crowd was estimated at 100,000 people plus. Chicago, Illinois is next to D.C. there. The crowd estimate there was even larger than it was in Washington. Denver, Colorado, Tulsa, Oklahoma, New York City, where it was said to be easily 100,000 people. Honolulu, Hawaii, Boston, Massachusetts. Local press reports also cited nearly 100,000 people on Boston Common. And I'll tell you, the letters to the editor page today at the Boston Globe is full of people outraged that the Globe didn't give the event better coverage given how huge it was in Boston. Then we've got Dallas, Texas, Grand Rapids, Michigan, Hartford, Connecticut, St. Paul, Minnesota. That was a massive turnout at St. Paul, Minnesota, at the state capitol. And then the last two there, Savannah, Georgia, and Cincinnati, Ohio. It was cold and rainy enough in Joplin, Missouri, that people put their signs in plastic bags, and if they didn't bring their mittens, they put their socks on their hands to try to keep warm while they held their signs. It rained like the dickens as well in northeast Louisiana, but that wasn't enough to keep people at home. They just held their umbrellas and their signs. In Terre Haute, Indiana, people just made space for all the umbrellas and smiled through it. They hung tough through the rain. In deep red Naples, Florida, organizers there say they had 7,000 people turn out in Naples, Florida. And yeah, that's good weather, so I know, but that's also a county that went for Trump by 33 points in November. And they had 7,000 people turn out on Saturday. Detroit, Michigan, when people came out, they waved across the river to Windsor, Ontario, where protesting Canadians waved right back. People protested in Dillingham, Alaska, on Bristol Bay. People protested at the end of the Iditarod sled dog race in Nome, Alaska. People moved on Saturday morning to a ban degrees Fahrenheit, but still, people got out in Nome, Alaska to go save their peace. Look at people turning out in Chagrin Falls, Ohio. People turning out in El Paso, Texas. In Pittsfield, Massachusetts, 2,000 people turned out in the drenching rain. Green Bay, Wisconsin had a really big crowd. Look at that. Look at Louisiana on Saturday. You see on the right there, bad Doge with a squirt bottle with the water in it. Off. Bad Doge. And then you see resist the criminal and his little Doge too. In Boston, courage is contagious. Stand up now or bow down later. Also, Boston rejects tyranny. Fair point there. In Lansing, Michigan, this is the government our founders warned us about. In Novi, Michigan, they have great signs in Novi, Michigan. It's a hard no on being Russia 2.0. And my dad taught me to stand up to bullies. And this is a good one. I'm a really mad scientist. In Tupelo, Mississippi, President Musk must go. And no kings in America. In Omaha, Nebraska, look, they lined both the bridge here, the overpass bridge here, and both sides of the street. See all the people here in Omaha? The big sign there, better together. In New York City, let them eat Teslas. Also, some of the many penguins against tariffs. These ones in cute sweaters. In Columbia, South Carolina, we tariffed penguins, but not Russia? This one made me laugh out loud in Avon, Ohio. Thou shalt keep hands off women's health care. Chapter 4, verse 5, Book of Philippians. In Seattle, only you can prevent fascist liars. We saw this one a bunch on Saturday. I've seen better cabinets at IKEA. And Cheyenne, Wyoming, oh, I love you. Hands off Medicare, Social Security, and Stormy Daniels. The reason I wanted to show all of those signs from these various protests is because some of them were very funny, but also because it shows you just a slice of how many different reasons people participated in these protests. How many different reasons people have to be mad at this administration and to be willing to stand up and protest against this administration. And if you're just thinking about how things are going to go in our country and what this means strategically, what it means baseline, whether or not you protested this weekend, whether or not you're even in sympathy with the people who protested this weekend, the huge variety of reasons people protested this weekend tells you that the proverbial tent of people allied against Donald Trump right now is really, really, really big. He's done enough in these 70, 80, whatever days to make a very large number of people mad at him and want to resist him for a million different reasons. And strategically, for the resistance